but it seems like a no-brainer. Sign up for Sweetheart of the Day, and while you're there, go sign up for you to kick and kick for cash.
Exactly. Kick for cash.
$100.
Yeah, and it moves up every time.
It's
right?
actually $200 right now.
Well, no. Are we carrying it over for Kahoma? Is that? I don't know. We'll have to get a rule clarification.
I was pretty sure that you carried it over every time Big Spring or Kahoma.
Just anytime anybody missed.
True, but it was a neutral. So we'll have to get a rule clarification. But they are kicking at Kahoma. Kahoma's going to be taking on the Badgers this weekend.
McCamey.
Yeah.
The Hunt Badgers.
That's going to be exciting, and we're going to give away some tickets today too.
Yeah, we got Rangers tickets. We're going to be.
You want to give those away right now?
You want to?
We
might as well.
We gave a password out, and if you know that password, give us a call, and we'll give you 2 tickets to go see the Texas Rangers versus the Seattle Mariners.
Here's a tip. You can go to our YouTube video right now by going to kbsmedia.com, clicking on the YouTube button, and the password is in the comment section of our video today. So it's right there. Give us a password, 263-KBST, 263-5278.
Oh.
And how many tickets do we have to that game?
I got 2 tickets to the Friday game.
Nice. Let's see. We got a caller coming in. Hi, you're on Gooney in the Morning. Who are we talking to?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, do you have that password?
Albania.
Yeah, Stephanie, what's your last name?
Rios.
Stephanie, what are you doing this morning?
Oh, just getting my girls ready for school.
Awesome. Where do they go to school at?
Just different. One goes to high school, one goes to the junior high, one goes to Marcy Elementary, so they're just kind of sporadic everywhere.
Look at you. You're sending them all over the place this morning then, huh?
Oh, yes.
That is awesome. What are you going to do with the rest of your day?
Oh, I'm going to enjoy winning those tickets.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, congratulations, Stephanie. You can come by the KBS studios here at 608 Johnson between 9 and 5 before Friday, because that game's on Friday. So just stop on by, and we got you hooked up with 2 tickets to go see the Rangers.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks a lot, Stephanie. Have a great day.
You also. Bye-bye.
Bye. That's awesome.
I like making people winners.
Me too. It's always so much fun.
See, I thought at first she wasn't going to tell you. I'm not telling you where my kids go to school, Gooney.
You're such a creep.
No.
I thought she was going there, but no, she didn't. She said, you know what? I trust you.
Hey, jeez. Made me sound like a bad person. I'm just trying to give shout-outs here. That's all I'm doing. Just giving shout-outs to everybody. I just like giving shout-outs.
Speaking of shout-outs, Sheriff Stan Parker and Police Chief Chad Williams was on Community Calendar yesterday with Gooney.
Yeah.
And they announced that they're going to have a free self-defense course that's going to be offered this Friday from 8 a.m. till noon at the Law Enforcement Center. And the course is going to cover the proper way to handle and use firearms, pepper spray, and several other methods of self-defense. They ask that you not bring weapons, as guns are going to be provided for the shooting range. The course is free, but you got to make reservations by calling 264-2231, extension 112, and you need to be 18 years of age or older. And the course is limited to 8 people who make the first 8 people who make reservations, and the additional names will go on a list for future courses. And that is this Friday from 8 a.m. till noon. And I know a lot of people were commenting on our Facebook page, because we have all this information up on the Facebook page. They like this. They like this idea. This is a cool idea.
It's a really great thing. Hey, we got the NASCAR Minute coming up, but first TSN right after this on KBST AM and FM.
Choices. This is what you will get with Parks Agency. Why shop anywhere else for insurance when Parks Agency is a one-stop shop? Get your home, auto, motorcycle, and your business quoted with almost any national insurance company such as Allstate, Travelers, Liberty Mutual, and Progressive, just to name a few. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, and all of us here at the Parks Agency have been devoted to our customers and our community since 1935. We work for you. Stop by 900 Main or call us at 267-5504 and you experience the difference of choice.
Governor Perry's indictment in the Travis County DA flap isn't slowing down his travels to early decision states as he continues to weigh a second candidacy to win the Republican presidential nomination. In fact, Perry has spent more time outside the state than in it in the 2+ weeks since his indictment.
This isn't about me. This is about the rule of law. This is standing up for the next governor of Texas, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican.
Perry is in Des Moines talking about the charges he faces. Iowa is the first state that will make its voice known in the 2016 presidential race. The governor will be in Austin today, though, honoring police officers, firefighters, and first responders killed or severely hurt in the line of duty. The Star of Texas Awards will be distributed during a ceremony at the Capitol today. The man who wants Rick Perry's job is coming to the governor's defense. Attorney General Greg Abbott says Perry broke no laws in his threats to veto funding for the Public Integrity Unit when Travis County DA Rosemary Lindbergh refused to resign. Abbott refused to commit, though, to keeping the unit in the Travis County DA's office if elected. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has set aside Friday to hear the state's appeal of a controversial abortion law struck down by a federal judge. A judge ruled in effect House Bill 2 would deny a woman access to an abortion because only a handful of clinics would have been able to meet the same standards the law requires of ambulatory surgical centers. While Amy Hagstrom Miller of Whole Woman's Health says they hope to have the McAllen Clinic reopened by the end of the week. As for the others,
my Beaumont facility and my Austin facility have both been closed, and I let the licenses expire. And so in order for me to reopen those, it'll take a little more time than it would in McAllen.
Lawyers who argue the Texas voter ID law prevents fraud squared off against those who believe it hurts minority turnout. TSN's Austin Bureau Chief Chris Fox has more about day one of the trial challenging the law.
The Justice Department and a coalition of minority groups made their opening statements in the case. State Rep. Trey Martinez Fisher was one.
I talked about how many times voter ID legislation failed, and every piece of legislative procedure that was changed so that the leadership can slam this proposal down our throats.
Martinez Fisher represents the Mexican-American Legislative Caucus. UT Law School professor Joseph Fishkin says he expects the Attorney General's office to argue that the Justice Department is playing politics.
Texas is being singled out because it's a Republican state.
In Austin, Chris Fox, TSN News.
Cowboys defensive tackle Josh Brent is reinstated with a 10-game suspension, and Michael Sam could join the Dallas practice squad. I'm Roger Amrick.
Details ahead on TSN Morning News Break.
School has started, and traffic, especially around elementary schools, moves at the speed of a West Texas terrapin. Please drive with caution. Pay attention to speed limit signs, and don't use your cell phone in a school zone. Police are patrolling, and if they see violators, it'll cost them money. West Texas Auto Parts reminds drivers to be careful. Those kids are our future. West Texas, the folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
This is Margie Carpenter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my program, Ryan Fence, named after that column I did back in the 70s. Ever since 1994, it's been on this radio station the last Wednesday of the month at 8:15 in the morning. We talk about what's happening in Big Spring. We talk about sometimes what ought to be happening in Big Spring. But most of all, we talk about what used to happen in Big Spring because it has so much history.
Hear the history and more on Ryan Fence with Marge Carpenter every last Wednesday of the month, right here on KBST.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Texas drivers may be noticing something they haven't seen in quite some time. Correspondent Michael Board reports.
Unleaded gas at some stations selling for less than $3 a gallon. Bud Weinstein at SMU's McGuire Energy Institute says there are two things that are happening here. First, there's been a huge increase in oil production. And second,
a lot of people don't know that we consume less gasoline today than we did in 2007, mainly because cars and trucks get much better mileage.
And combined, he says that means gas prices are at their lowest level in 4 years. In San Antonio, Michael Board at TSN News.
The first class of Veterans for Quality, a program started by the Austin software company Bridge 360, has graduated Bridge 360. Retired Army vet Jeff McGee got a job at Whole Foods, one of the first companies to take part in the program.
We started here on the 9th of June, and we were just told last week that they're happy with us, and I'm absolutely blessed to be here. It's a wonderful place to work.
The first class included 15 veterans. The second class begins later this month. September is Hunger Action Month, with food banks across Texas and the country joining forces to raise awareness. Among them, the Capital Area Food Bank. Paul Gaither says there is a growing need to help the hungry in Central Texas.
The food bank services approximately 46,000 people every week in a 21-county service area, and that area is twice the size of Massachusetts.
Gaither says hunger is a problem for 1 in 6 Central Texans and almost 1 in 4 children. A scammer who prosecutors compare to the Leonardo DiCaprio character in the movie Catch Me If You Can is going to prison for 30 years. Tony Stringfellow stole a nurse's identity to land a job at Our Lady of the Lake, and even stole the identity of her ex-husband's new wife. Stringfellow even instructed fellow prisoners in the Bexar County Jail to use the phones provided to inmates to rip off credit cards and bank accounts. A corrections officer under arrest in Williamson County after an 11-year-old girl told her mother James Watson Kelly touched her inappropriately.
Certainly an isolated incident. It's very, very unfortunate. You know, our hearts go out to the young lady and her family. But again, she did the right thing, and it's about being accountable and holding each other accountable.
Georgetown Police Captain Roland Waits. Kelly has worked as a corrections officer for 9 years and remains jailed on $150,000 bond. In Galveston County, a former Crystal Beach fire chief has been indicted for misappropriating $70,000 in public money. David Lube, accused of running up $25,000 on the fire department credit card at a Louisiana racetrack and casino, and taking more than $45,000 in department funds. The summer's over for New Braunfels River Outfitters, who serve those who float the Comal and Guadalupe rivers. It was the first summer in 2 years without the so-called can ban, a city law outlawing the use of non-returnable bottles and cans. And River Outfitter Shane Wolf says it was a good summer.
It was a season of surprises, as each weekend was a little bit bigger and better than the previous, and better than we could anticipate it, considering the water levels. We were pleased, no doubt.
He says the off-season will be used to fight an attempt by the city to appeal the can ban ruling. The continuing drought has made water a precious commodity. The drought on now for nearly 4 years, and Agriculture Commissioner Todd Staples says it has heightened awareness of water and water-related issues.
When we manage our water resources properly, we can save money as well as jobs, which can be put to further bettering our prosperous state.
Staples says simple things like checking toilets, faucets, and sprinkler systems for leaks can save a lot of water. Another massive marijuana operation has been discovered in Texas. Montgomery County officials found a field containing nearly 10,000 plants about 5 miles west of Corrigan. That's in Polk County. It is the third find in Polk County since just late July. No arrests reported in this latest case. Mike Rogers, what's coming up on the other side of the news?
Chuck, it's not a painting. It's not a sculpture. It's hard to say really what kind of art this is.
It's 451 rows and 232 columns.
We'll have more coming up on the other side of the news.
As morning news break for Wednesday, September 3rd continues.
I sit next to you at PTA meetings. We live right next door. We've been neighbors for years. You know my family and me pretty well, but here's one thing you don't know. I'm one out of every 6 Americans, and my family is struggling with hunger. Like you, we believe in this country. What's hard to believe is in the land of milk and honey, how many hardworking Americans have to choose between paying bills and feeding their families. This is a problem with a solution. Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for those around you quietly struggling with hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Here's TSN's Mike Rogers with the other side of the news.
It has been said, with no small amount of accuracy, that art can be found in some very unusual places, now including the bottom of your golf bag. That's where Jeff Holt found it, teeing it up one day a few months ago.
I looked at the tees in my hand and said, these are quite colorful.
And he got to thinking, what if I put these tees together to make a mural, with each tee being 1 pixel, as it were? Now, of course, you need a really big wall to do something like this, but Jeff just happened to have one in his home in Utah. And so he started drilling. And drilling.
It's 451 rows and 232 columns. And the total number of tees is 104,632, I believe. They wore out 2 full drills and at least a dozen drill bits.
But the really hard part was painting the tees into the 30 different colors he used to create his masterpiece. Because they were all black to begin with. But by the time they finished,
19,000 of them were white.
Along with 15,000 green ones, 10,000 red ones.
Red, yellow, green, red, blue, 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 red, purple, green, yellow, orange, red, red.
And then it was just a matter of sticking them in the hole to create the masterpiece, which was a picture, actually, of a college football game a few years ago. Well, not that you can see that up close, of course, but when you back away, a little farther, now a little farther.
If you step to the back of the room and look at it, it literally looks like a regular photograph.
Well, how about that?
It's the same number of pixels as you would find in a regular photograph. It's just nobody looks at a photograph as close as that.
And now that he's finished, so what's next? The Sistine Chapel?
That's not my day job, you know?
And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news on TSN.
Green, red, blue, pink, gray.
Roger Emmerich, Scott Sports.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has reinstated former Cowboys defensive tackle Josh Brent with a 10-game suspension for his intoxication manslaughter conviction in the 2012 death of teammate and best friend Jerry Brown Jr. Brent cannot be involved in team activities for the first 6 weeks, but can return to practice after 8 weeks and will be eligible to play when the Cowboys return from their bye week with a November 23rd road game against the Giants. Tight end Jason Witten early in training camp expressed support for Brent.
Obviously, if he gets healthy and comes back from this and ready to go and the organization feels like he can help our football team, I think the players will completely welcome him back.
Cowboys have also invited the NFL's first openly gay player, Michael Sam, to take a physical after he was one of the Rams' final cuts. Astros beat the AL West leading Angels 8-3 at Minute Maid Park. AL Central leading Royals beat the Rangers 2-1 in Kansas City. Roger Emmerich, TSN Sports.
And among our top stories this morning, Attorney General Greg Abbott says the man he wants to succeed in the governor's office broke no laws when Rick Perry threatened to and eventually withheld funding for the Travis County DA's Public Integrity Unit after DA Rosemary Lindbergh refused to resign after a much-publicized drunk driving arrest. With Morning News Break, I'm Chuck Martin, TSN News.
Need cash fast? Cash Pawn loans on tools, electronics, musical equipment, gold, and much more. Cash Pawn will pay you for any of your used or unwanted guns. Turn your broken or unwanted gold into cash fast. No need to worry about bad credit or credit checks. You're guaranteed to get your money quick. Cash Pawn loans to help you in your time of need. It's friendly, convenient, and confidential. Let Cash Pawn be your #1 pawn shop, located at 210 North Gregg Street in Big Spring.
We'll save you money at Allen's Gallery of Furniture and Appliances. Your brand source. Lazy Boy, Ashley, Lane, Best, Sealy, Mayo, Hooker, and many more. Will not be undersold on the best selection and prices in the area. Allen's, 202 Scurry, downtown Big Spring. Will save you money. Wow!
Now it's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning and 87 Auto Sales on the K-Best Morning Program.
That's right. It's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by 87 Auto Sales and Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning. I have Dale Coates and Tim Knox on the line. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Did you enjoy your holiday?
Yeah, it was a good holiday.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. Had a little break. Not too much going on. Had a great game last Friday night, Dale and Tim. You guys got to call the Howard County Bowl.
Yeah, it was. It was really a good game. Great defensive battle. Really, we talked about this off air. It was a great defensive battle. It was also a great battle within the teams itself, making the mistakes and just shooting each other's self in the foot. And, it's just one of those games. Kids never quit, even though it was a mistake-filled game, but they just kept playing hard, and it was fun to watch. It was good to know that these kids that are all Howard County kids that was not willing to give in and give up.
Well, and of course, Coahoma won the game, but the big winners were the scholarship recipients. We were able to give away tons of scholarships this year compared to the games last year in Midland, and it's looking to grow from here on out.
Yeah, I think so. I think it could get nothing but better. I think the game was a huge success as far as that goes. I was really proud of all the people that stepped up and put sponsorship money out there. I mean, like you said, it was a lot of money. It was about $10,000 and maybe even as close to $12,000 given out to these local kids. And that's what it's all about. I mean, we were just fortunate that we got to watch some good football at the same time.
That's right. Well, let's talk a little bit of NASCAR. Of course, we didn't get to recap anything Monday from the Atlanta race, so we can do all that now. Casey Kane, he was the big winner. He finally got that big win in Atlanta. Not a bad race either.
No, it wasn't, and that win puts all four drivers, Hendrick, in the chase. And to me, that makes them the dominant force going into the chase, Tim. I really see it's going to be tough for it not to be somebody from Hendrick winning a championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just playing the numbers game. You got 4 out of 16 drivers out of one camp, but you're talking 4 drivers that, well, I guess you could say 3 that, really have a legitimate chance. Casey Kane, if he got hot, he could be a 4th guy who had a good chance, but they've obviously got the best equipment. They've got the best drivers out of any team in NASCAR. So they're going to be tough to beat. I think obviously Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. are your 2 favorites. And, because they've both just had phenomenal seasons. But, of course, you can never count out Jimmy Johnson. He's a guy, they're just sly. I mean, they've got a couple of wins there. Right. They could very easily be sitting there ready to go.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, every year, it's like, well, Jimmy just doesn't have it this year. Well, guess what? He's 6-time champion. So, don't count him out. I'm with him. I'm not going to count Jimmy Johnson out. He's just him and Chad Canalister. Sly was a good word. A lot of times when you think they're not running good, they're just doing their own little thing.
Yeah, they're real good at that. And, Dale, you had picked Casey Kane going into this race. Of course, you were sitting right there 3 points behind Tim at the start of it in second place. With the win, you're up to 340 now, and that's 23 points ahead of Tim, who is now in second place. So congratulations, Dale. You're up the top now, 340.
Yeah, and I think we lost Tim. I heard him time out on us. But
of course, we were talking points.
When the points started going, it clicked out on me. Yeah. But I just had the feeling that Hendrick was going to do whatever they could do at all costs to get Kane in this championship, and it's going to suit their needs really well as a team. And we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, it really will. Of course, just to recap that, you're in first with 340. Tim's in second with 363. I'm still in last place with 380. I picked Matt Kenseth. He got second, so I didn't gain too many points, so I'm right there on the bubble. We got Richmond coming up this weekend, and we can talk about more of that on Friday.
And that's going to be a big race. This is the last race to get in the chase, so look for this to be all for naught, rock'em sock'em kind of race.
That's right. It's definitely going to be a fun one. You can always check out the points in our little pick'em challenge we got going on at kbestmedia.com. Dale, you have a great week, bud. We'll talk with you on Friday.
All right, we'll see y'all.
All right, have a good one. That was Dale Coates and Tim Knox there for a little bit on the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by 87 Auto Sales and Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hi, this is Dale Coates with Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning. It's fall again, which means football and cooler weather. Don't get sacked by the cold weather. Give us a call to make sure your system is working at its full capacity. And if you're searching for a new system, we can install a new Carrier high-efficiency system that will keep you comfortable for years to come and keep you from punting your electric bill every month. Call Dale Coates, your local Carrier dealer, at 714-4688. That's 714.
Summer is here, and it's hot, and so are the savings at 87 Auto Sales with over 250 pre-owned cars, pickups, and SUVs to choose from. They finance their customers right there at the dealership, so you can drive away the very same day in the vehicle of your choice. 87 Auto Sales has the right vehicles for your needs. Serving West Texas since 1972, 87 Auto Sales on the corner of 3rd and Gregg Street in Big Spring. Right on the corner and right on the price. 87 Auto Sales.
Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he's not doing the truffle shuffle. It's Gooney in the morning on KBest 95.7.
Well, there was one in there. Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning here on KBST AM and FM. Gooney here with you. We got Charles Sagona with us. Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
Charles Sagona with us this morning.
Yes, I am.
Man, what a NASCAR. We lost Tim about halfway through the NASCAR minute there.
You lost him?
Yeah. Well, we started talking about points and he disappeared. So I don't know if we lost him or if he just didn't want to talk to us anymore.
I think he had better things to do.
Because he was losing in the points now. I don't know.
Is he in third?
No, he's in second. I wasn't able to pass by him at all. But
So not all is lost.
No.
You guys are resetting in about 2 weeks anyway, right?
Well, this week right here this is the last week before the chase starts. So historically, this was the last week before Dale resets the points. But he's in first place, so I doubt that's going to happen now. So he kind of makes up the rules.
No, he's going to play fair.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know. But it's exciting because now Hendricks, all 4 drivers are now in the chase, so that'll be fun.
They've had a really good year.
Oh, yeah, they've been dominant all year long. I'm ready for some doing it wrong. I don't know. We've got so many candidates for doing it wrong today. I've read through several of them. I'm interested to see what Heather's picked out to be a top candidate there.
Okay. Well, the one that I picked out, the title is Thief Leaves Behind Infant Niece in Effort to Escape. That's just the title of it.
Say that one more time.
Thief? Thief, like stealing something, a thief.
Right.
Leaves behind infant niece in effort to escape. I don't know why you would bring your infant niece to steal some stuff, but she did.
Well, never let a little babysitting get in the way of stealing something.
Right.
It says, a 1-year-old child is back in her mother's custody after her aunt left her behind at the Walmart she tried to rip off.
Oh, so she was shoplifting.
Yeah, it says her 1-year-old niece in a shopping cart that was filled with more than $80 worth of stolen groceries from a Walmart in Ross River Township, Pennsylvania. She tried to leave the store with the goods, but an employee confronted her, was like, hey, you didn't pay for those.
You're stealing.
As she tried to leave the store, she couldn't get the girl unbuckled from the cart, so she just took off running.
You're on your own!
Pretty much is what it was, and she just took off running. But the 1-year-old girl, she was turned over to her mother, so she's safe. The lady got charged with retail theft, endangering the welfare of a children, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Jeez.
See, I just imagine her taking the buggy with the kid in it and just shoving it the other way, like blocking the store employee's way and just running away laughing.
Just running.
Maniacal.
Can I do a little one? Because it's from China.
She's doing it wrong. Yeah, you got something from China. You got to share it.
A taxi driver in China is facing multiple charges after he stripped naked in a police station.
What?
Yeah, it says the cops are pulling.
Family show.
They're pulling taxi cabs over in China to make sure that they have licenses because a lot of them don't.
Oh wow.
And so they want to get them off the road if they don't have a license. Well, this guy just stripped down and was like, "This is what I think of your law," and took off running.
You'll never catch me.
I'm touching all the candy.
Wow.
Strip search going wrong.
Man.
Bad.
Here's another one that I thought would be the leading candidate for doing it wrong here. This is I'm not sure exactly where this is out of right now. I'll get to that in a minute. But a newlywed groom, but they basically they were at their wedding, and and I'm not going to read the story. Basically, what had happened was this guy had just got married, right? They got married, and they were at the reception from the wedding, having the party and everything. Well, apparently the groom, the guy that just got married, was hitting on one of the workers there. Like, one of the people serving them at the reception started hitting on her, and it went to the point to where he was actually grabbing her and stuff like that. Well, she called her boyfriend and told him what was going on. He shows up to the wedding. They get in an altercation and start fighting at the reception. The groom, who just got married to another woman. Like, it just happened. Well, they start fighting at the reception, and the cops show up. Well, apparently the groom's best man, who happens to be his brother, is a state trooper off duty. He starts wrestling and fighting with the cops. Both of them go to jail. Both of them, the groom and his brother.
If I was that wife,
Judy.
I would have been like, is it too late for a divorce?
Oh, man. No, you get that annulled, I think, right?
I think 3 days. You got a warranty on that.
I got a warranty on it.
I'm using that.
Exactly, yeah. I thought that he was pretty much doing it wrong. Yeah, that guy's doing it wrong.
That is awesome.
Marriage, brotherhood, hitting on everything in that situation. He was doing it all wrong. Every bit of it.
Was that on CMT's Your Redneck Wedding?
It
And
should
I
have
even
been.
think that the girl that he was hitting on was pregnant as well.
Oh, did it say that in there too?
Yep.
Wow, that makes it even
I
better.
don't even know if CMT has a show like that, but I bet you they do.
Yeah, right? If not, need to write them.
Exactly. We
Give them a nice
could be
little
on
letter.
a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why not? That's awesome.
Why not?
That's
Comanche
awesome.
Warrior Triathlon is this Saturday. Don't forget, Gooney is going to be suiting up, and he said doing the backstroke.
Yeah, I'll be doing the backstroke.
How many other swimmers do you think will be doing the backstroke?
Craig Ferguson said he would, so.
Okay, so you're not going to be alone.
There's at least one. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of them out there that have to go. See, I was looking. You can go on my personal Facebook page. That I had posted the map and everything yesterday. But you can go to PermianBasinEvents.com and you can go to Comanche Warrior website from there, because that's where you sign up and register and everything. But it has the maps of all of the, the bike, the race, the run, and the swim and everything. Well, I was looking at the swimming map, and it looks a lot further than it was last year. Because I remember we were there last year and we saw how far they were swimming. Well, it looks like they go all the way to the dam in this map. I don't remember them going that far last year.
They went further than I would go. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I would jump in the water.
No.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to.
All them gross little ducks.
Hey, stop. You stop. You stop.
The
I
ducks
guess I kind
stay
of deserve
away.
that.
The ducks are like all those gross little people.
Yeah, they're scared.
Jumping in there, and they're like, no, we're going to stay on the other side.
Yeah.
You don't go in on the side with the ducks.
Yeah, you don't do that. No, it's right there at the beach. The ducks stay away from you. Unless you have bread.
And I like the ducks. We go feed them bread all the time.
Yeah.
No, because every time I go out there, they seem to chase me for some reason.
That's because they want some bread.
No, I don't even have any bread.
I know.
You might smell like bread.
You just see me running through the park and like a flock of geese chasing me. Ah! Hear me screaming.
Oh, wow.
Does not work out well.
We have Iva Jo Hanslick from the VA. She's still going to be talking about that town hall meeting they have coming up. She'll be here on Community Calendar today. That's exciting.
Yeah, that is
fun right
exciting.
there.
The VA going through a lot of things, and that town hall meeting is gonna help some people understand some things.
Oh yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Charles, what was your favorite part of today's show?
So many favorite parts of today's show, but I like the fact that we debuted Garth Brooks' new song, and we might have been one of the first.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was really
People
really cool.
loving people.
Yeah, people loving people. That'll be playing later on.
Yeah, it's his first song since 2007. It's been 7 years since Garth Brooks released anything.
That's awesome. And back then he was Chris Angel when he did that. Check out my Gooney on Air page for Garth Brooks as Chris Angel. That's what you need to do. Heather, what was your favorite part of the show?
The face you made when I showed you Garth Brooks' alter ego.
Yeah, that was definitely good.
That was awesome.
My favorite part of today's show was our buddy all the way from Albania messaging us while we were on the air on
That's
our
awesome.
YouTube page. That was really exciting. Good stuff right there. It made us laugh. And remember, if you're not laughing, you're not living.
This is the stop sign of Texas. Next exit is your $6 DQ steak stop. Choose a DQ Dude chicken fried steak sandwich with golden fries and a tall, refreshing drink. Or a DQ steak finger country basket with creamy homestyle gravy, crispy fries, Texas toast, and a big old cold drink. Your choice, just $6. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
Parkview Nursing and Rehabilitation is home-owned and operated. It's where you'll find person-centered nursing care, which coordinates physician care, family concerns, and nursing plans with the needs of each resident. Medicare-approved short-term stays with Parkview give you flexibility when you're not quite ready to go home after a hospital stay. Visit soon. You're always welcome at Parkview, 3200 Parkway, Big Spring.
Some families just don't prepare for something they know they'll probably have to deal with one of these days. I'm talking about when you, your spouse, your parent, or grandparents have to deal with long-term care. 72% of Americans will need some sort of long-term care before they die. The long-term care policy from State Farm can help you pay for that care and protects your family's financial future and your own investments and savings. I'm Adrian Calvio, State Farm Insurance Agent. Come see me at 801 East FM 700 in Big Spring. I'd love to help you get to a better state.